Okay. Well, welcome back to your hour. I'm here with Paul Rosales and India Rosales, and here to talk about
warranties and inspections.
Okay.
It's whenever you buy a house, your first stage of negotiations is going to be actually negotiating the price. Everybody settles on a price. Your next stage of negotiations is going to be once you had your inspections done. When you have your inspection, you can, it's optional, it's not a requirement. You can have your inspection or you can't. If you have your inspection, you can hire a certified inspector to do it, somebody who's ASHI certified.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you have family or friends or somebody who's pretty knowledgeable about homes, they can do it for you, and they generally would do it for you for free. Whereas a home inspector is going to run you anywhere from $200 to $300 to get your home inspection done. Sometimes if you're buying an older house or a bigger house, they're going to spend more time in it, so they're going to charge you more for the inspection.
Okay.
The inspection I'm talking about is the physical inspection. That's like a whole home inspection, but it doesn't include your termites. Your termites are going to be a required inspection if you're doing any kind of financing. I have yet to see any loan company that will actually finish a loan without a termite inspection.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah, they want to make sure that it's not being eaten from the,
Yeah.
you know, eaten by the termites or some other kind of wood-destroying insect. So generally, most inspectors out there are going to charge you anywhere from $30 to $40 to go on ahead and get a termite inspection. If you go with a guy that I like to use, he throws it in for free. So it's an option. You can use who you want, but if you go, like I said, with who I like to use, it's a free termite inspection when you pay for your home inspection. Your home inspection should be done by somebody who's ASHI certified. You want to make sure they have that certification. You also want to make sure they're going to be bonded, insured. Make sure that if they make a glaring mistake, there's something to fall back on. The other thing is, you can be there during the whole home inspection if you choose to be there, or you can be there towards the end of the inspection for a summary. Some people, because of work requirements, can't be there during the whole home inspection, so they simply show up for the last hour, the last 30 minutes. Typically,
How long does it take?
about 2 to 3 hours, depending on the side of the
Okay.
house. Yeah, if it's a smaller house, hour and a half. If you've got a big house, you're probably looking 2.5 to 3 hours for something like that. If you have additional buildings like barns or workshops or something like that, of course that's going to take longer. Because the inspector that I use, he gets up on the roof, gets down in the crawl spaces, looks everywhere.
Now, do they check out like the electricity and the plumbing and that type of thing?
Yeah, they do. Best way to describe that is they are not an expert electrician. They're not certified. They're not licensed electrical. They're not a licensed plumber or anything of that nature. They're not licensed HVAC. But they have been around enough houses to be able to understand if something doesn't quite look right. If they see something on the electrical like double tapping, that's pretty easy to see. If they see something like, for example, Federal Pacific power boxes, some of those Federal Pacific power boxes can be a real danger, and these inspectors should know that. They'll bring it up and they'll say, well, this is a box that may or may not have had some issues. You know, that what happens with with those types of boxes is that they don't trip. They just keep on going with a load.
I see.
And that can lead to fires that
Sure.
spread through your walls. Kind of like, you remember Pintos?
Yeah.
In the 1970s,
Uh-huh.
they're kind of the Federal Pacific is kind of the Pinto of power boxes. You want to
Okay.
be real careful with those. Some of them will mess up on you, and from my understanding, and some of them won't. You've got to have somebody who knows the difference. And so, what an
Why
inspector will
take the chance?
yeah, really. I just negotiated a deal right now where they're going to completely upgrade the Federal Pacific boxes to new and current boxes, because you really don't want them in your house.
Yeah.
So what they do is they take a look at it. If they see anything that looks shady or anything that looks questionable on the report, they'll write down, this should be evaluated by a licensed electrician, a licensed plumber, a licensed HVAC, whatever it might be. And therefore, you know, hey, there's something here that I need to look into more. And then you go on ahead and you look into it. You bring in somebody who's a licensed electrician to evaluate or give you a quote on upgrading, a plumber who will tell you whether or not this plumbing is right or not. And so that'd be like a second step of inspections. Once you get your inspection reports in, you sit down with your realtor and you go through and you figure out what's important to you, what is of great concern to you. Like the deal I just did, there were 3 Federal Pacific power boxes in the house. And so that led to us having an issue with it. We brought in an electrician, and then once we brought the electrician in, we renegotiated the contract to have the sellers of the house go on ahead and upgrade the power boxes to new power boxes that should not have that issue. So that's a typical example. And you can negotiate it, and the buyer can say, yeah, I understand. I knew this problem existed, and they go ahead and take care of it. They can come back and say, well, you know, I was going to sell you the house at 100. You're asking for a $5,000 electrical upgrade. I'm going to have to sell you the house at 102. I'll take the bite on the other 3,000, or whatever it might be. You know, it may need a new water heater.
All
it may
that
need a new
stuff
heater.
is negotiable.
Oh yeah. Second stage negotiations. You negotiate all that out. And so you've gone through all your inspections and you've negotiated everything on the contract. Then anything that's left over that might not have been picked up, if you have your realtor negotiate in a home warranty, that home warranty ought to take care of you for the next 12 months. So if anything breaks down, like if they didn't catch something on your air conditioner, then that warranty, you simply pay a 75, 100, whatever the deductible or the service call will be, and the warranty company should replace or repair that item. So between your inspections, your repair negotiations, and your home warranty, you ought to have a pretty good house.
Very cool. Well, yeah, and I think those inspections are well worth the money that they cost. So.
Yeah.
Welcome. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with some movie releases. Do you want to stick around?
Sure.
Okay, we'll be right back.